Hello everybody, and welcome back to Survival Chances Slimmer, our maximum difficulty, oxygen not included, let's play. Shorter stream, I think, planned today, but hopefully we get a lot of progress done on our ranches and our plastic production. Those are the two big goals that we have. Plastic production basically solves a lot of our oxygen and heat problems, and getting the ranching up solves a lot of our food problems, and to some extent our power problems. So the two kind of go hand in hand in terms of hitting all of the major problems that we're going to face in our colony. Let me pause for a second, make sure that I have the priorities and all this right. This is a high priority because I want to get slime. Slime is kind of the stopgap oxygen measure that we have right now. We want to basically be running as much slime as possible. That way we can avoid having to do any sort of electrolysis, which will eventually start drawing down our water supplies. We have enough water to do a lot of electrolysis, and we have a lot more kind of being produced over here, but I'd like to reserve that water if possible. And also I'd like to get rid of a lot of the slime that we have around the map. It's kind of not really something we care about in a big way, because it's going to cause slime lung issues going forward. So I want to dig out down here and then dig out these pockets here, and then I want to continue on down pretty much all the way down here. Let's go ahead and say sandstone as our ladder. Continue on down here and dig out this slime stuff. And part of the advantage of focusing on getting our slime burned is it also gives us a lot of opportunities to explore and see what else is around the map, which I'm kind of eager to do. Let's also give out some orders to dig out the rest of this stuff over here. Let's start with all these little pockets that we have lying about. Give orders to dig out any and all of this, just like so. And of course, the moment I start streaming, my cat wants attention. I think it's because I start talking and then she realizes that, yeah, that she can get things from me. What? I also feed her right before the stream, so maybe she gets a little bit of energy from that. I don't know. In any case, let's dig out that. Let's try and remain unpaused as much as possible. And we'll give priority 8 to all of these dig jobs over here. That way we can grab some more slime, turn it into algae, use that to create more oxygen, and that will help make sure that we have all of our duplicates being productive during this entire time that we're running here. Growth halted body temperature. I kind of want to keep these trees up and going. They're just barely above 40 degrees sometimes. Maybe it's time we also complete this line right here, just so that we can get a little bit of cooling here. It doesn't need to be much, just to get them right under 40 degrees, and then we'll be fine. But as it stands, not having those trees grow is kind of bad, because we want to keep our lumber production up. We just planted a bunch of new trees over here. We also dropped some pips in here, so hopefully they'll generate a few more acorns for us. Yeah, growth halted pressure is something we don't want to see. I also am a little bit worried about slime lung getting into this area over here, which it kind of has. But I think we'll be fine. This is another thing we want to do, is keep our suffocating. You're over here, but you can reach oxygen. Okay, yeah. We also want to get out to over here. Yeah, priority 8 on this stuff as well. And that way this polluted oxygen can flow up, and that way we can work in our little plastics operation a little bit better. But yeah, that's the plan. Ranches, plastic, and let's also go ahead and say base. Let's say manual airlocks over here. Aluminum ore is fine. We'll just set manual airlocks up all across here, just to try and reduce heat flow from these areas to the rest of our base. It's not that big, but I'm kind of willing to have duplicates have to open the door, because we're not going to leave the door open anyways, I don't think, because of hatches might be weird and get out of there. So instead we're going to do it like this. Let's also give out orders to dig up these and this and this. Any buried objects over here are also a priority. Priority 8, all of this. And grab any little bits of slime we can, turn into algae, and keep our oxygen being produced. Because we're digging out a pretty large area, and this large area is going to reduce our pressure in a way that we don't want to have happen. Let me go ahead and check on the stream, make sure I'm not muted or anything like that. It'd be kind of awkward if I was sitting here streaming for the past 5 minutes and didn't see anything. Oh, also, I already noticed a problem. We need to go to Options, Graphics, and shrink my monitor down a little bit. Whoops. That should be fine. Just like so. There we go. That should be a little bit better for you guys. Every once in a while it resets to the natural dimensions of my monitor, which is kind of problematic. Let's dig out these. Priority 8 on these. I guess let's also give priority 8 on this, and let's say priority 7, priority 8, something like this. Because I think otherwise it'll merge this thing of sand into this one. Maybe. So we'll actually save a little bit of labor doing it this way. Okay, cool. Not bad at all. These are still around 44 degrees. So we're kind of keeping them cool, kind of not keeping them cool. We want to get them to 40 degrees. Anything over that is generating unnecessary heat. We don't even have enough cooling set up to really do that. We need a second one of these to really get a handle on all of these running at once. We're getting a good amount of lumber though. So we're going to have the power to run all this. We should start building up a reserve of ethanol up in here. And that'll be nice because when we first kick in our sort of steel operated system, right, with steel aqua tuners and all that, we're probably going to need some power to keep that going. All these oxyferns are back online. That also should help us out in terms of keeping our air pressure up. It's going to take a while for this to kind of go over there, though. What is the suffocation problem? Yeah, it's this area over here. Have you been stuck here for a whole bunch of time? Is that the issue? Do you have... Yeah, have you been stuck in a loop? Do you have enough breath to run? You don't. Okay, so you go up here. What have you been doing? You catch your breath. And then what do you try and do? You don't make it all the way across here. There's not enough oxygen for you to make it down over to here. I mean, we'll just give her a move order, I think. And that'll break the loop. But yeah, she's having problems because of the AI bugging out. You're catching your breath. Full bladder, starving. Calories going down. Yeah, this is problematic. This is why sometimes they get stuck in loops like this. Okay. Great, you have recovered your breath, and now... Yeah, let's give you an order to move over to here. We'll tell you to move over there. Scalding. Interesting. There's enough heat here. But this area is cooler. And this area is still cool. And this area is still cool. Where's the heat coming from? Oh, like right here. So there's kind of heat that emanated from this area, I guess. That's interesting. Because it's... Yeah, it's like a stretch of heat going from across here. Okay. We're probably okay. No, all this stuff is a little bit over 72. We could drip some water down here. And that would help reduce the temperature a little bit. Right, we could just, say, dig out this. And the movement of this water probably will... How much water is here? Oh, we have like a full tile of water here. Maybe we don't want to do that. I don't know, we could. And then we'll just have it deposit down here, which should be okay. Let's not do this, though. Yeah, I think we're just going to suffer some minor scalds. Some people will get burned, but probably not very badly. Because it's really just a little blip here that's above 72 degrees, it looks like. And then it goes cool again. I think we'll be okay. How is our friend Nisbet? Running, running, running. Yeah, she was running out of breath before and running backwards, so she got trapped in a loop. Suffocating. But she gets here okay. She has oxygen again, she'll catch her breath, and then we just need to get her to eat. She's going to go to the bathroom first. Oxygen on this layer is fine, though. Yeah, Slimon can create these issues. just the AI gets pretty bad with Slime Lung. Because they try and recover their breath at 70%, and that's just not really that great. What are you doing? You're going to eat before you relieve yourself with the bladder issues. That's fine with me. And then you change your mind. I mean, your bladder was 100% the entire time. That's awkward. Now I'm actually worried that you'll starve. She was going to eat, and then she stopped. She relieves herself. That's fine. Washes her hands. That's fine. We probably want to deny her entrance into here. Nisbet, we're not going to have you go and eat up here for now. Instead, we're just going to have you go and eat somewhere else. Calories 265. She goes, she picks up her meal ice. She walks it. Oh, she drops it. She's catching her breath right here. At least she didn't drop it off the edge. That would have been unfortunate. Picks up her meal ice. She has her meal ice. She's walking up here to eat it. So it's actually not much better than if we had left this open to her. But I think she gets there in time. And then we're fine. You delivered the meal? What do you... Eat your meal ice. What are you doing? Did she... Oh, she's eating her meal ice. She's just not animated like it. Okay. Scared me a little bit there. She got trapped in a loop, which is... We probably don't want people with Slime Lung to go out here. Or we just need to really get this done before we do anything else. If we can complete this, then this will become the place that they go to breathe. And this will become a lot easier for us. We also maybe want to consider just deconstructing this whole line of hydroponic farms. I don't think we're going to move our oxyferns back down here. I want to deconstruct all these hydroponic farms to get a little bit better airflow around our carbon skimmers. Just like so. I think if we said deconstruct all buildings, we wouldn't have hit anything else besides these. But yeah, let's say priority construction, priority 8 on this. Basically, I just want to take... I mean, part of it is just that they're deleting all the CO2 that comes nearby. But we want to get more of the CO2 to come over here and get hit by these carbon skimmers. Another thing I think we're going to do is we're going to say base, tile... Let's go igneous rock. We can't set one up here, but we could set one up right here and here to try and restrict the airflow from this area up into here. And we'll do the same thing on this side effectively. So we'll say, actually, now that I think about it, we want to, let's say tile, igneous rock, one here, one here, one here, one here, right? And the idea will be that we'll try and keep all the CO2 at this level so that these carbon skimmers will be a little bit more effective. We just want to skim more carbon at this point. Because I think once we get our algae back and going, we're kind of fine on the oxygen. I mean, we have all these oxyferns going as well. Now my cat is knocking everything over. They've given up on the subtle method of asking for attention. Literally, the entire... Like, she was napping when I started the stream, and I put out fresh food. Ugh, that's fine. She's too cute for me to care too much. It's just every stream, it seems like. Alright. So we have our slime not quite going into here. Is this not enough slime to operate? I guess not. We'll have them deliver some more eventually. I'm not in a huge rush, I guess. I think these other tasks are a little bit more important. Okay, and this should free up this little bit of polluted oxygen that was stuck up here to just kind of settle over here. And hopefully this should also restrict the flow of any carbon dioxide back up here. We might want to reposition these oxyferns a little bit better soonish, but it's not hugely important. One of the things we could do is we could change this to mesh tile. We still don't really... I mean, we'd rather have the oxyferns over on this side, because this side is where we're going to have the CO2 kind of fall. Things fall sort of down and to the right when they're a heavier gas. So down here on the left, like it's down enough, but it's not It's not really on the right side, right? This is just convenient because this is where we have a lot of our water system set up. Because we set up our bathrooms over here. But we could set something up over here. We have the piping, after all, to do everything with that. It's just a matter of switching things up. We could also move them back just to down here. That means we're kind of giving up the place that we're going to have for our mushrooms. But we could just move this line up here by one. Either that or replace this mealwood with oxyferns. What would be better? Let's go ahead and say food, hydroponic farms. Let's set up a couple more hydroponic farms right here. We'll try moving some of these oxyferns over here to over here. And that might improve things a little bit. Because we have all this airflow stuff built out here already. Yeah, let's go ahead and work on that a little bit. And what priority do I have? Our first ranch. Let's set up the priority for our first ranch to be a little bit higher. Let me make sure first this is where I want to set up our ranches, because we could extend this out a little bit. Right? We could, to line up with this stairwell, if this was going to be the main stairwell going forward, right? If this is going to be the main stairwell, I'd want to move basically this over 4 tiles. We could move, that means we'd want to indent this by 4 tiles, right? We'd get 4 more tiles of space. This moves over. This is moving over. Yeah, we could do that. We have enough room. We'd be digging into a little bit of the abyssite up here, but we'd be okay. Yeah, before we do much else, let's say that we're gonna move this over just a little bit. We're gonna say base, tile, igneous rock. We will set up a barrier right here, right? And then we'll have 5 over, 5 over. Oh, but then we have like an odd number, don't we? Which is awkward. Yeah, never mind. Because we want an even number, because we have, if you remember right, the layout of this is going to be the space curls up like this and then curls down like this. So like a yin-yang symbol of 2 ranches. Doesn't quite have enough room, I don't think, if we set it up where this is where like our barrier is. If we said barrier, 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 yeah, not quite working. Okay, scratch that. I mean, I don't know. We could, question is how far we want to dig in here. This little nub right here, problem is I don't want to expose hot abyssalite, right? Because the abyssalite bug is still around. Maybe it's intentional. And so exposing hot abyssalite is just a bad idea. So we don't want to dig out. Yeah, we don't want to dig out anymore. Okay, I talked myself out of it. Tile, sandstone's fine. We're going to have a barrier right here. Actually, sorry, right here. Base, tile, sandstone. Then we go 5 over, and we have this. And we'll just say pneumatic doors from here on out, basically. But this is the plan. Just like so. And we'll replace, ultimately, all of this with tile. But let's go ahead and say priority 8 on all the rest of this. And we'll replace this for last, effectively. And that will make it so that we... yeah, let's say priority... What else is there left to dig out over here? Yeah, this is fine. We're going to set this all up with a door right here. Nope. Base, pneumatic door, aluminum ore, right here. Right? So, ranch right here, basically have ladder down, ladder up. We don't necessarily need this door right here, and I think what we're going to set up first in this area is we're going to have a lot of, we're going to have some coal generators, and we're going to have incubators right here. And we'll set up incubators in the spare space that we've created over here, is the plan. Yeah, priority 8 this. Start getting work done on this. get our ranching going up in a big way, because also this sort of really slime-heavy strategy is going to allow us, because it also allows us to do a lot of exploration, it's also going to allow us to get a lot of work done in terms of gathering new hatches for the base, right? We're going to explore out, we're going to find areas like this, and a lot of these buried objects over here are going to be new hatches. We're just going to grab those guys up and toss them down there. So I think we can explode our population pretty quickly as a result. This is a priority 7 on all this digging. They're going to have to dig out some sand as well. Let's get that queued up. Yeah, these trees are just barely above the 40 degrees. It's going to be more and more of a problem, though, because there's only heat going into here. There's no cooling system for this. So we want to just complete this loop right here. And this loop will make it so that we have a loop of water flowing through here that keeps this base, or keeps this area just a little bit cooler. It doesn't need to be by much, but just a little bit. We'll priority 8 this. I think we'll soon just uproot some of these. Like this one, basically as they get harvested, I kind of want to uproot them. This one right here, we'll go ahead and uproot this one right here. And then we will take the ones on the edge here, I think, first. Uproot. Let's change the priority on all these to 7. Uproot this, and we'll move a couple over, and we'll just start shifting over our oxyferns, I think. Slowly but surely. Let's also uproot another one. Uproot. Uproot. And then go ahead and plant ourselves an oxyfern seed. Plant ourselves an oxyfern seed. Copy settings. And every time we look down here, like this one also, I think we're ready to uproot. Idle. How long have you been idle? Don't be idle. You're trapped up here, are you? Yeah, because you can't reach here. Makes sense. Dig out this, and then you'll be able to get out of there. Priority 8. How long were you idle while I was distracted? There you go. You're free. Run off. Join your friends. Someone come up here and dig out this as well. Let's also go ahead and say ladder sandstone. Have they dug out sandstone over here? Is there anything on the ground? There's probably some sandstone around here. Let's just go with igneous rock, though. Igneous rock right here. Dig out the rest of this. So turning all that slime into algae. That is re-oxygenating this area, bringing the pressure back up. These are off due to what? This is backed up. So this needs to be priority 8 to get more sand in here. In fact, I'm going to say this is a priority 9, because this blocks our whole carbon scrubbing. Yeah, and there's a lot of CO2 up here. Get this some sand. Or come along down here. No more scalds over here, which is good. Do we see anything useful over here? Apparently this is all hot as well. So this heat continues on down over here. And this area looks pretty cool, though. This area actually looks quite good. And we have made no progress here. Unreachable. How are you unreachable? They go up here, across here. Right, they climb up here. They go across here. This is perfectly reachable. What are you talking about? You can reach this. That's, I don't know. Let's cancel that ladder. What do we make this out of? Igneous rock. Maybe this is bugged out. Igneous rock. Either that or the message that it was bugged out was bugged out. It wasn't actually bugged out, just the message was. That's a possibility as well. So put these a little bit lower. Hopefully they'll get a little bit more uptime. I don't know. Like this one's probably not going to get much uptime because I have this running right here. I could also move our oxygen production upwards. That would help. Growth halted pressure. Yeah. as they exhale over there. That's fine. Priority 8 this stuff. Let's keep on climbing up. Meal ice, muckroot. Yeah, this is all reasonably fresh still. That's good. So they're eating the stale stuff before it goes stale, or they're kind of eating things in the right order. New dupe. What do we got? Slow learner seems pretty bad, right? Because they have to learn their way out of slow learning, and then they become a normal dupe. And that's right. Because they have slow learning, it takes them a while to learn their way out of that. Let's avoid that. I think we're taking Devin then. Allergies, fine. Early bird, we'll want to put him on the right schedule. Nothing about this is really that crazy, but he's got ranching, which is going to be useful. I don't know. We don't have a choice. We're not going to take slow learner, no matter what this guy has, and this isn't impressive. So, Devin, welcome aboard. Let's go to schedule here. Where are we putting Devin? He is an early bird. He gets the worms. Let's bump down some of these people to get a little bit extra work out of them. So Ruby, Harold. I'm just going to get like an extra hour out of some of these dudes. Jean. You know, this is a much easier way to do things. Schedule 3. Max, we're going to move down to Schedule 3. We'll actually get... Oh, no, not Schedule 3. We'll move him down to Schedule 2. I don't want to... He's already doing stuff. Let's leave him out of it. Devin, meanwhile, we want to move down to... like, over here. Something like this. Move Devin down here, and then we'll try and shift Frankie and Lyra down soon, and kind of spread things out a little bit. Oh, and skill-wise, let's upgrade our skills here a bit. Yeah, Devin doesn't have anything immediately useful. We're probably just going to put him on farming and work him towards ranching, because we're going to need a lot more ranchers real soon. Max, let's take advanced research on Max. Gossman, I'll take a free point in construction. Sounds useful to me. We could go with field research or improved carrying. I think carrying seems like a good idea. Digging, let's just take you carrying. Lindsay, yeah, field research sounds like a good idea. Getting more points in learning, more points in science, basically means that they develop all their other skills a little bit faster. They don't get more XP faster, which is so it's kind of a little bit weird wording that they have. I guess we could go critter ranching 2 on you, right, to get the extra husbandry. It costs 2 morale in the end, but that's probably worth it. We want dedicated ranchers, and the more points they have, the better. It just scales up so well. Harold, put you in advanced research. Marie, you kind of have all the basics, so I'm not going to touch you for now. I mean, we could say field research, but I don't know. We might want to save her for something. Meep has got the basics. Abe could use some advanced research. Catalina, yeah, we'll leave her alone. Frankie, we're also going to leave alone. Nisbet, we'll leave you alone. I don't know what I want to do with you yet. Banny, you're an artist. That's pretty useless. We're going to leave you alone. You are also in our ranching program, very likely. Ellie, no, I don't care about any of this stuff. Ruby, you're actually pretty close on morale. Because you have not been eating in a Great Hall. Do you not have a seat? We'll allow Nisbet back in, by the way. Let's just leave it at that. I think that's good enough. Watching them drop this meal ice is painful. Why are you dropping it all the way up here? Because we don't have great oxygen up here. This area is not very well oxygenated. Say what you will about farms. Like, farm tiles create more space, but they also don't let you move gases through them. Slightly problematic. We kind of want the CO2 to fall down to here, but it's more or less trapped right here, which is not great. We could, We'd have to run water all the way up there if we wanted to set up some oxyferns over here. We could just move our oxygen diffusers. That might be a better idea. It puts heat into this area here, but I think we're fine with that. We'll have the dining area as a buffer. Let's work on that, actually. Let's just dig out all this, I think, and deconstruct this. I don't want to say power. I don't want to go with a coal generator because that kind of adds to the CO2 problem. Let's say manual generator. We'll say manual generator right here. And then we'll just stick a little dinky battery right here. And then oxygen-wise, we are going to set up our oxygen diffusers here. And then power, wire, aluminum ore, connect up across here. And priority 8 all this. And I think what we'll end up doing is we will end up disconnecting this system, because it kind of messes with the oxyferns that we're hoping to set up over here. Right? We'd rather not do that, I think. Growing 1%, growing 2%. Yeah, any of this stuff we want to start uprooting. And we want to copy settings, oxyferns over here, uproot, and uproot, just like so. Start shifting the oxyferns over to do a little bit better job here. Apparently pips are planting some mealwood seeds in these areas. It's not super effective for us. Nisbet, you're fine, right? What are you doing? Sore back, tired, soggy feet. You've got everything going against you. You want to go sleep. You're recovering your breath right now. Your stamina's at 0%. Yeah, you're a mess, because once you miss that first bedtime, then you're in some trouble here. How are we doing down here? Yeah, that's priority 8, all of this as well. Dig up this algae. Get a bunch more algae going to up here. And let's also go ahead and say, what priorities do I have this at? Priority 8? Yeah, sure. Priority 8 these as well. Get some algae loaded up in there. We'll just move this system, I think is the plan. In fact, we can already just say priority 4 on this. Priority 4. And they just won't deliver algae back to here again, basically. Copy settings. Boom, boom, boom. Plant some more oxyferns over there. We might need another oxyfern seed or two. What is this? Oh, there's water bottles trapped in here? Or is this the pipe? I don't know. Uproot another one over here. Who's starving? Bubbles? What's going on here? No, you have plenty of... You're fine. Okay. We're making some progress over here. Suffocating. What are you doing? Okay, you're just climbing out of this pit that we have over here. That's fine. Yeah, we're not going to have much oxygen down here until we reach here, it looks like. Oh, what is this? Okay, so there's a hot area here as well. This is a lot of hot areas. Let's say priority... This maybe is a bridge too far. Because this is a lot of CO2 they have to travel down through to get to... I mean, once they get to here, I guess we'll have some oxygen for them to catch, because this will be on its way up. And then what we can do is we can say ladder. We can kind of use that to sandstone ladder the rest of the way down like this. Maybe. And then once we hit this oxygen pocket, then hopefully this whole column will be reasonable in terms of breathing. And we can also, that'll also help us scout out a little bit further as to what is going on. This is reachable, right? Yeah, this is reachable. You guys can get there. They'll get to it in their time, I guess. All this other stuff is also fairly important. Growth halted pressure. Yeah, okay. Bump this up to priority 8. Battery recharge threshold 60%. Let's get some oxygen being produced up here as well. We'll basically stop resupplying these. Battery recharge threshold 10%. Suffocating. Yeah, you're climbing up from the hole down here. Are we really going to make any progress here? Or do we need to set up some more oxygen? Because they can't reach here right now. If we could just get to here, though. Let's set this as priority 9 right now. Just to dig out to here and hopefully get to this oxygen. And we'll check on them to see how well they're doing. It might just be that the dupes of Slime Lung are having this problem trying to get down here. But if this is actually unreachable, like Ruby has Slime Lung, I don't think she can make it down here. Yeah, then she starts walking back. But here is someone without Slime Lung, Devin. What do you have for athletics? Athletics 1, okay. Breath 94%. 90%. Gets down here and is able to do some work. Okay. So it's the Slime Lung dupes that are having problems working down here. Everyone else I think is fine. And then he digs out a little bit, sure. Yeah, this is really inefficient, but it works, I guess. Let's give a few more sweep orders over here. Are you actually starving, Marie? Kinda. Does Marie have Slime Lung? You do have Slime Lung. Okay, so you are using the bathroom right now. You complete using the bathroom, right? You go and you wash your hands after recovering your breath from going to the bathroom in an oxygenated area. No, you go to the bathroom again. Did you not make it? Okay, you do make it this time. You wash your hands. You go and you pick up some meal ice after coughing and sneezing and doing all this disgusting stuff. You grab your meal ice, you're carrying up. I think you're fine. Starvation, Camille, also another Slime Lung person. This area is oxygenated, though. Like, they should be fine. Yeah, I don't think they can get stuck in a loop right here. Alright, who's suffocating again? Oh, you are in some trouble, aren't you? Wait, how'd you get down? Oh, no, you're fine. You were working... Where were you working? What are you doing? You're gonna go recover... What are you even working on? Were you working on this ladder? And then you... What? You were picking up sandstone? I guess? Because this is still here. This is kind of an accident waiting to happen, though. We want to dig out this. That way a dupe doesn't get trapped down here. Like, they'll be able to breathe, but it'll not be good. She's definitely getting Slime Lung again. Yeah, this is going to take a little while to do, especially with Slime Lung dupes sometimes filling up these tasks and then not being able to reach them. It's kind of a pain. So just make sure that even if she... What are you even doing down here? You're not even going to make it up here. I don't know where you're going, but you're not going to make it. Go back up here. I should set up a door to try and restrict these people. You have athletics 0, so you don't reach down here. This is really inefficient. But if we just can break through to here, this oxygen will start bubbling up. Or they'll run out of breath, but then they'll come down here to recover their breath, and then they'll be able to continue working. Like, we're literally 4 tiles away from breaking through here. We could just give dig orders. Like, I could say dig, and we say priority 9 this, just to try and get the oxygen going. Do it on this side because otherwise sand falls on this side. And then they can build the ladder later. But just to get a little pocket of oxygen getting up here to improve the efficiency of that would be nice. This looks like more mealwood we can uproot and replace with oxyfern. Yeah, uproot all this. And uproot, uproot, uproot. just like so. Once all these trees come online, we'll really start seeing our ethanol boost up. We'll also start draining this water supply down here, which will also kind of be nice. Actually, we'll just be draining this water supply, because we don't have these hooked up yet. Which is fine. But eventually we'll start draining down that water supply. Yeah, they're making progress slowly. Okay. What else? I really want to get this done as well. Like, that's priority 9 this, that way the diggers can work on this area. Right, it's just this, and then our dedicated diggers will run out here to do the rest of that. We don't need to do any more construction, we just need to get that oxygen out there. Over here, things are looking pretty good. So let's go, say, base, tile, sandstone. Let's start replacing all of this, and all of this. And we're going to say ladder. I think we're going to have a ladder going up first. Yeah, we'll say sandstone ladder right here, and then we will say sandstone ladder right here. Let's deconstruct this, dig out this. Priority 8 all of this as well. Like so. And then we'll want to say stations, grooming station, aluminum ore is fine. Set this up right here, and then food, critter drop off right here. Yeah, let's do it that way. We're not really setting ourselves up for automation later on because we've made things kind of cramped, but I think we'll be fine. Boom. Because we can always just rearrange this a little bit, right? Change the ladder system, use these doors. I think we're going to do this. And then I want to have another station, grooming station right here, and make all this priority 8 as well. And then we'll start like our full-time ranching operation. We'll probably wrangle whatever hatches we can get our hands on over here, like this guy and this egg that they just laid. How old are you? 69. Sure, that works. A lot of slime lung up here. That's fine. It's priority 8 this as well. I'm doing okay on slime and algae. But again, I just want to have our dedicated diggers be able to get out there. And who is starving? Are you trapped in a loop somewhere? Do you need to escape? Camille, 882. She has slime lung, but this area seems fine. This is priority 8. This is priority 8. So they should deliver. There's a little bit of algae left here, but they should deliver to here before they deliver to here, right? Well before they deliver to there. And that should provide oxygen to this area, and hopefully that will settle any of these issues. Yeah, these people are fine. Okay. Can we make progress down here? We just need to free up little pockets of oxygen just so we have some breathability so they can work in these areas. I don't know, maybe we want to consider setting up actual oxygen. We're so close. Just dig out the last tile. Just dig out this tile. Okay. Fair enough. We have a lot of slime lung dupes because of our slime strategy, but that's part of why I want to get rid of all the slime. Like, I want to dig it all out, use it. Because then, once we switch, we won't have... Right, all the slime lung will fall away. And we'll just be left with... Alright, so he's delivering materials to the ladder. Can he get there? Also, Ellie, are you actually starving? Come back when you're actually starving, Ellie. Doesn't make it. Yeah, there's just not enough oxygen in these areas. They go, they catch their breath here. It's just slightly too far. It's just slightly too far for them to make it. We could improve the walkability over here, right? Tile this off. Probably just tile across here as well. Have them spend less time running around. Maybe that's worth it. ladder, sandstone, sandstone this, and then say dig across here and deconstruct this and just say priority, I don't know, we'll say 7 for now, but just to clear this place out, that way they can run across here a little bit easier. And then maybe we would just, I mean, we'll probably dig out this layer as well at some point, because I think we're just going to have a 4 high hallway stretching out this way is the plan. Yeah, I don't know, maybe we could get on top of the slime lung. Maybe it's worth it, but because in the low oxygen settings it makes a big difference, but in most games it doesn't. Like, you can just ignore it. And so we're just kind of going for the ignore it strategy, because it just takes, I think, a little bit too much duplicate labor to solve it. More than it's worth, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong. This is a judgment call. What do we want to do here? Like, I don't like this cycle. If they could just get to here. But that's a long stretch to go. Like, even after we smooth out this pathway, it's still just going to be a very long stretch without oxygen. I think what we do is we set up little oxygen depots. I still probably want to dig out this area, though. But let's go ahead and say base, storage bin, what's over here? Granite. Granite's fine with me. Storage bin, granite. Let's just say, like, boom, boom. We'll set up our first sort of little oxygen area over here. We'll set up deodorizers alongside it. Let's priority 8 all of this. And because we have polluted dirt as like, this is one of the really convenient things about polluted dirt as a storage, as an oxygen solution, is that we can really oxygenate areas very easily without power or anything like that. We're also going to say base, storage bin, sandstone. I guess we set it up here. I still kind of want to tile off this area. This area I want to leave for our plastics operation. I don't want to have to move stuff around too much. Let's say storage bin here, right? And oxygen, deodorizer, sandstone, like this. Let's say priority 8 on this next. And we'll distribute a little bit of our polluted dirt that we have over here over to those areas. And we'll also try and clean it up, because this is kind of Slime Lung City. So we'll try and manage the slime lung a little bit better. I don't really want a bunch of polluted gas or polluted oxygen off-gassing in this area, but we'll set up a little oxygen depot effectively, and that'll help us get to these areas a little bit more. So now that they've dug out this area, they have a little bit of oxygen to work with, and we really just want to... We want to hammer our way down here really fast. Otherwise, we have to kind of do the same thing. Let's priority 7 the rest of this. Yeah, we really just want to get down to here. We have these little pockets of oxygen they'll be able to catch their breath at. Let's focus on that. And if we get down to here, then we'll have this big pocket of oxygen. And what is going on here? Okay. So this is all something. This is a steam biome. That's fun. Apparently this was a swamp biome, and now it is all steam. That's what it's looking like. Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of going to be the bottom-ish. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, it leaks. There's no insulation here. In fact, there's gold amalgam conducting straight into this. Well, that's not good. That's really not good. Okay, so there's a massive heat problem over here. We have ourselves a little steam biome down here. And apparently these are two... Oh. This is breaking. This is in the process of breaking. I mean, Abyssalite's strong. Abyssalite should contain it. And gold amalgam is Oh, not strong at all. That's soft. There's nothing to break into over here though, so it should be fine. But this whole area needs to be cordoned off pretty quickly here. This is not Gucci. This is very not Gucci. Okay. That's bad. Yeah, nice 71 kilograms of steam over here, and then 58.4 over here. So these are definitely separated, but not for long. Because this looks like it's breaking right here. Okay. I mean, we got this nice cool water over here. This is positively green. Okay. What do we do about this? Because this is actually... I mean, I guess it isn't close to our base, but it's already spreading. Yeah, I think this whole slime thing that we have down here is kind of donezo. I don't think we can reach this slime before, like, already a lot of this slime is... all this slime is just gonna become dirt, though, right? If we just cordon things off, like over here, set up a wall of insulated tile, go say up to... Where is it under 72 still? All the way up here. Set up a line starting here, going down like this. Ish. Yeah, I mean, once we have like Atmos suits and stuff, we could start draining this area out. Because this is all nice and there's no other gases here. Steam is one of the heavier gases. I mean, steam is one of the heaviest gases. So, minus this little pocket of oxygen here, this all was like vacuum, I guess? I don't know. Maybe the other gases just got pushed out to other places. But we'll need Atmos suits to really manage this, because this is not gonna... It won't fly otherwise. Because we need to replace this with like insulated tile. I don't think we can have... Can we have a steam turbine with natural tile underneath it? I don't think we can. I think it has to be built tile. So we need to replace this with insulated tile. We could do that though. We came down here. I mean, we could already just set up a little power station right here. Come to think of it. Because once this area breaks here, this steam, which is at 175, is going to mix with this steam, which is at 332. Right? And it will be... I guess we would want to... We'll see what the temperature is. We might want to just have maybe two tiles open on our steam turbine, just because the temperature is going to be so high. We also don't have a way to cool down the steam turbine, unfortunately, besides just dumping heat into this biome here. But that'd be just free power, and we could set up some other industry down here, I guess. Wiring all the way back up to here would be a kind of a pain. I mean, we already have a copper volcano, I guess, if we want the free powers. Well, that's a little worrisome. We still just need to cordon off this area. We can set up a wall at some point. What is the thermal conductivity of slime? 2. Okay, it's actually fairly conductive. Yeah. I mean, it's not like metal or anything, right? But this is all basically thermal conductivity 2. There's nothing really blocking any of this. There's no gas. Yeah, this is already, like, it reached up here. Yeah, man. Okay. Alright, well, we need to worry about that. But not immediately. In fact, I don't know, we could even just block off, like, a whole section down here. If we don't find anything really interesting that we want to go for, we could just sacrifice a larger area. This is far from our base. We don't have to... Like, maybe we get Atmos suits up fast enough. Where do we have Thimbleweed, though? There's a swamp biome over here somewhere, right? Where's our Thimbleweed? This is all fine. There's probably Thimbleweed somewhere here. I shouldn't worry too much about that. I think we're going to be able to... We have Drekos anyways if we really need... If we really need the Thimbleweed, we could just go with Drekos. Drekos are probably even easier, actually. And let's uproot this bad boy. Another uproot task. Uproot. Uproot. The CO2 will kind of creep back in, but that's fine. Once it reaches over here, because it's not going to go up, it'll just sort of spill out over here. So if we just have a few oxyferns left, they'll gather up CO2 whenever this pressure falls. So how do we get so much oxygen here? That's kind of strange. I guess just that because we have this right here. That's fine. Let's bump this priority up to a 9. We have algae sitting where, though? I guess it's down here. So there's maybe some issues with supplying the algae to those areas. I still kind of want to set up... Okay, so that derailed my train of thought, but I think we're still doing the same thing, right? Like, we'll have to wall this off, but that's not going to affect what we want to do right now, which is dig our way down here, get this oxygen flowing up, and that way we can scout out more, because maybe we want to go left. We're definitely not going right. This is 2 volcanoes, already superheated region with a heat leak. We're kind of walled in, actually. Right, because this whole area is a massive wall to us. We do have a kind of place in through here, and maybe down out here. Alright. Let's let them work on that. We'll set up little oxygen depots in these areas, that way they can work in there. We're asking them to go too far. Let's also... I don't know. I think maybe we just give... We don't ladder this down for now. Maybe that's wrong. Ladder. What is this? Sandstone? Sure. Ladder, sandstone. We want to get down to here, right? So let's priority 9 this bit. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to dig down... Not quite there. We want to do like this. Something like this, right? Though maybe not there. The sand is problematic. Something like this. This will be a little bit faster than the ladder method. And then we can build a ladder up. I think actually what we do is we don't do this. Instead we just do this. Just to get some oxygen flowing up here so that they have a place to catch their breath, and then they can complete the ladder all the way down. We'll see what we can see. We're probably just building a big wall right here and then across here. And that's probably all that we're doing with the area. It's good that we found that, though. Like, the exploration paid off. Because if we leave that to its own devices, it becomes problematic in a hurry. Like, the area that we have to cordon off becomes larger, and we run into issues. Oh, and priority 7 all this? I don't know, maybe priority 8. This will also just help us fetch this algae down here. Like, if it does nothing else, even if there's nothing else that we want to explore down here, it helps us fetch the algae. Okay. Our lost, neglected child over here. Base, tile. I also want to sandstone tile right here. And sandstone tile right here. Let's add that to the list of priority 8 things over here. Start trying to work on getting our first ranches done. Right? I think that's important. Get the first ranches done. What are you doing? Why is there an arbor tree here? I have a spare arbor acorn sitting around? Really? I have 2 spare arbor acorns, apparently. So they have... Where'd they get them, though? I guess they ate them from here? Sure. I mean, we're going to uproot this, but... That's fine. More arbor acorns, please. More the merrier. We're almost ready to turn these off. Toggle them off, let the pressure rise, let the CO2 level go a little bit higher before we turn them back on. Yeah, let's do that. Let's turn this off, let the pressure go up. I mean, we're about to build these storage bins. The pressure is going to be low enough, I think, for a while that we don't need to worry about that too much. Right, because the polluted dirt won't off-gas above 1.8 kilograms. I don't think we're going to get anywhere near 1.8 kilograms, though. Okay, so we can reach all this just fine. They can climb up here, they can do this. Yeah. So I want them working on this area. This will be slightly faster than the ladder method. And then we'll say ladder, sandstone. You might as well tell them to complete the rest, right? Priority 8 on this as well. I think this is in the process of breaking. I mean, the pressure difference is pretty large. I don't know if the game thinks that way, though, right? I don't know if the game actually just looks at the pressure on one side and calculates purely off of that. So it's breaking because like this pressure is just really high, or if it looks at the pressure difference. I've never really seen it kind of do that intelligently. So here we want to say sweep only, organic, polluted dirt, priority 8. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's up the priority on these as well. Right across here, and let's give a little bit more to sweep up. I want to limit this to 4,000 kilograms, something like that. Set up our little oxygen depots. Yeah, because they're not making progress down here. Or they're making progress very slowly. Is anyone actually starving? No, you're fine. Okay. Yeah, see, catches her breath right here. That's perfect. Suffocating. Okay, so she was working off in this area. Let's copy settings across to here. Have them deliver some polluted dirt over here. Little oxygen depot here. We'll set up another one here. Continue on that way. I also kind of want to set up... Yeah, this is perfect. Okay, cool. Then base, ladder, sandstone. Whoops. Priority 8 this as well. Get them going down here. Once they build this, we can dig this out. The oxygen will flow up a little bit better. Let's get a look at this. Oh, and this just connects straight up to a caustic biome. So this is a swamp biome, and it just breaks straight. So this is all going to be... Yeah, this is all hot, too. So this is an entire wall of heat down here with a leak right here. Are there any other leaks here? This abyssite looks fine. We might need to check that entire length to make sure that we don't have a existential threat growing at the bottom there. That would be bad. Uproot this. And then uproot, uproot. Copy settings like so. Okay. Huh. I kind of want to set up, I think I lost my train of thought. I kind of want to set up some ceramic so that we can start like walling in these and walling in this, and then once we get steam turbines up and going, they'll be a free source of power, kind of in the same way that we want that steam down there to be a free source of power, right? But just located a little bit more central to our base, so we can just add it to the power supply. Yeah, we're not even making it out here. Okay, there's no point in making this priority 7 or any high priority, and this will all be priority 6 until we get our oxygen depots up. We're just wasting duplicate labor out here. They can't make it. Not even like the fastest are making it out there, I don't think. How are we doing over here? I mean, we have this space kind of good to go. So, critter drop-off. This is going to be critters. We're going to say hatches and hatchlings. We'll say max 2 critters. We'll just slap a couple of them in here right now. We'll just fill these up with like 2 critters apiece and they'll start laying eggs. And then we'll start expanding out the ranches even further. But we want to wrangle up some wild ones if we can. How are we doing on organics? Okay, we have like 2 tons of algae, 1.5 tons of slime. That's fine. Have we started producing oxygen here? We have. Okay. So this is going to kind of balance out the oxygen production. Make sure we keep the pressure up everywhere. Make sure that this area in particular stays oxygenated, because otherwise we run into some issues. You deliver sand. Are you delivering polluted dirt? No, yes. What's going on here? I've got a whole bunch of polluted dirt for you guys to sweep up into there. It's all priority 8 too, right? Priority 8. Priority 8. Okay, it's important. We have some in here. And we'll see if we can't get these depots to produce some oxygen for us. Do we see anything else over here? Yeah, I want to run across here. I want to start digging our way across here. This will get us a lot of resources, coal and whatnot. That'll be nice to have. But I want to see the rest of this length and see if there's anywhere else that we're going to need to start walling off. Because if we'd have gotten ahead of this thing sooner, we could have just set up a wall like over here. Yeah, this slime is already in the process of turning to dirt. I think this was slime and turned into dirt. This whole thing's gonna have to be gone. Yeah, I want to dig out across here. See if we can't find anything else of value out here. And maybe I think we leave the water here. I mean, this is all still sealed in pretty nicely. The abyssite layer is good. So maybe the map is not quite as easy as we thought. It does still have the existential threats that the last one had. Slightly problematic. So now our CO2 layer should start to rise a little bit here. As we've turned off these carbon skimmers, right? And that'll help get some CO2 up to these oxyferns. And if with these oxygen depots, hopefully we will be able to... Oh, one other thing we're going to want to do... I want to set up a ceiling here, because I don't want the oxygen just flowing out all into here. That's not going to be productive for us. We want these oxygen depots to kind of encapsulate the oxygen a little bit better. So we want to set up tile around here. I don't know if there's a point in making an insulated tile. I think we're going to... Yeah, I think we'll just make it a normal tile, but I don't want oxygen escaping up there, or polluted oxygen escaping up there. So let's go ahead and say granite, since we have a lot of it sort of lying around, I think. Let's set up granite tile right all across here. I want to dig out this area first, though. Tile, granite. But we want a ceiling up here. That way the oxygen... we have it. We're going to have it 3 high at the moment, which is also not good because it means that they can't quite reach up there. Oh, also, yeah, just mop up this. Mop up that polluted water. Stop us from running through it and raising our stress. No point in doing that. And copy settings. Plant the last of the oxyfern down here. Okay. I want to fill these with sand. Hatchlings. Whoops. Hatches. I did this wrong. Sand. And I guess sandstone as well. Either one's fine, actually. I don't care about sandstone either. Yeah. Sand, sandstone, hatchlings. Sand, sandstone. Does that work? Okay. Priority 7 sounds good to me. We're not going to need to fill it all that often. And this should be a ready-to-go ranch. Right? This is a stable, this is a stable. These are good to go. we're going to copy settings across to here. And I want to start wrangling up some hatches. Wrangle, priority 8. I mean, they're going to take it at a high priority anyways because they have, all the ranchers have ranching as a really high priority. So they're going to, that's going to override everything else. But let's wrangle a guy into here. And then let's wrangle up a couple of these. Oh, and this guy. Yeah, wrangle this guy up. And one more. Are there any more wild hatches out and about that I can grab? Now that it's nighttime, this is the time to go and find them. They're all unburrowed. This guy right here. Yeah, wrangle up this guy. Get that one in there. Yeah, boy. Okay. We're going to wrangle up some hatches into here, 2 apiece, and then we're going to work on expanding out these ranches even further. Probably just finishing up this whole line of things. And we're going to start setting up incubators, I think is the plan. We'll have probably coal generators right here, incubators up top, I think. I kind of want to set up some automation for this as well. Maybe. Food, incubator. These are 240 watts apiece. We can go incubator, 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 incubator. Something like that, and then set up some automation right over here. Or really anywhere, but we'd have like a clock timer. We don't want to go above 4, because otherwise we'll need to use conductive wire, and that means hauling a bunch of lead up there, which doesn't seem like a good idea. Let's go, and then we'll just say, maybe we just stick it all on one level. How many incubators do I really want? And then we could use the other level. We could do the other level the same way. I kind of like that idea. Yeah, let's try that. We'll have 2 sets of incubators. And we'll say coal generator, coal gen, food, incubator, boom, boom, boom. And then I want to set up in automation. Oh, we don't have it researched yet. We're going to need to do that. I basically just want to turn these things on every once in a while. Yeah, generic sensors is what we want. I want a clock sensor, I think. Otherwise, I'd have to manually control it, and I think that'd be a pain. Yeah, also all my other gates are gated behind this research. What do we have? We have switch, motion sensor. Yeah, we have basically nothing. Okay, we'll take generic sensors. And we'll just have a clock sensor that'll connect up to these incubators. Oh, we need a battery in the system, don't we? We also kind of want it to be a smart battery. I guess we make a little space right here. Sure. This isn't great, but let's be power efficient. We're already hauling some lead up here. Let's haul out some more, I guess. Power... wire, I don't know, maybe we just, because we could fit more incubators up here. Let's go power. How do I want to do this? Because we could set them up to run on different times of the day, right? And then we could put a bunch of incubators up in here. As long as we kept them on different clock sensors, we'd be fine. Yeah, let's try for that. We'll start with 4 for now, up here. And then we'll put some more down here. But we're going to say power, coal generator, aluminum ore, like so. And then power, smart battery, lead, like so. And then we'll just wire up across here. I think is the plan. I want to set this up on this side, or I don't want to set it up on the other side. There's no light that we're going to have anywhere here. There's no... This is connect up really dirty. We'll have it go through this wall here. And then We'll keep the wire underground and make it look kind of pretty. Something like this. And then we can set up incubator over here with another automation system and put that where it turns on at a different time of day, that we don't overload the wire. And then we could just have the rest of these be incubators, right? This next set could just be the same thing. And because we're turning them on for so little each part of the day, ideally we're not running into any problems there. I'll set that up later because we have enough ranches, we have enough hatches going right now that I don't think we need to start incubating eggs just yet. We need to build out the ranch space first. But yeah, we'll try and fast forward our ranches really hard. Because if we can go away from Mealwood by cycle 100, right? If we can have enough hatches up and going to just switch to meat, that frees up a lot of space in our base to do all sorts of crazy stuff. I like that idea. Then we can just let farms go offline slowly, right? They'll build up a full food surplus, and we'll just keep expanding our ranches out. How are we doing with the oxygen? Not great. Yeah, deconstruct this. Also priority 8. Base, tile, granite. Keep extending this out. Priority 8. We're just going to need to build a ceiling all across here, I think, to prevent oxygen from getting out over here. And we just need to create little places where they can recover their breath. I don't know, maybe we're just setting up a machine to give every single duplicate slime lung. Maybe that's what effectively we're doing here. It's possible. I also kind of want to up this priority a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I guess we're... Oh, this is... Yeah, this is hot for probably the same reason. So the heat goes all across here, links up with these. These are not... Oh, this leaks as well. We actually have clay that turned into ceramic right here. Yeah, there's a gap. This is obsidian, and this is just right up against this. Okay. I mean, actually, there might be a spot in between. It'd be pretty small, and this is already pretty heated up. Okay, so this leaks right here, and then something leaks over here. Maybe, well, no, this isn't leaking to over here. Well, maybe it is. This is... No, it isn't leaking to over there, because this is hotter than the other part. I'm wondering how much I have to be worried about scouting out this area and seeing if there's a place we need to seal off. Maybe. I don't know. I still just want to get like this up and running. I want to get plastics up and running. I want to sweep up more polluted dirt into these bins. This is not as much as we want. I also want these guys wrangled up. I also want to mop up any more spills that are over here. What's exactly going on with these spills? Why do I have water like this across my base? I don't know, but let's get rid of that. There's no mopping to be done up here, is there? No. Okay, good. Yeah, I think we're fine on that. Yeah, let's just continue it along. Base, storage bin, sandstone, no, granite. Set up another one of these. Oxygen, deodorizer, granite. And once we get this ceiling up, that should help bring the oxygen down so we can breathe it. Priority 8, all of this. Get more polluted dirt shifted over there. We have a lot more to go. Yeah, sweep up more of this. I guess we can shift this down a little bit if we're going to spread it out across more of these. And then copy settings here. Make this priority higher. And we'll try and make that this entire area just oxygenated, I think. Oh, also sweep up this. Sweep up this. A little bit of clay, sure. We'll try and get that entire column oxygenated. I think, want to start dealing with this area. What do we have out here? Granite? Sure. Oxygen, deodorizer, granite. Set one up here. Set one up here. Just start cleaning up some of this air, because the slime lung issue has extended itself outward. I want to start getting a handle on the slime lung. Getting rid of the polluted oxygen is a good idea, is a good start. Doesn't help a whole ton, because we're burning germy algae into the air. So we're always going to have some issues here. But copy settings right here. Priority 8 on this deodorizer. But yeah, also in terms of planning for the long term, getting these sealed up, getting them producing would help, right? It means more heat, more refined metal, more everything going into the future. More stuff to work with. We're running low on coal. We have a lot of trees up and going now, right? So we should... Ooh, yeah, and we have a lot of nice arbor acorns here. This is looking good. Up to 5 arbor acorns. Let's uproot this mealwood. You know what? I'm also ready to say priority 8 on this cooling system here. I want to get this done too. These trees are offline for too long of a time, and I want to start planting new trees in here. So I want to start circulating this water while we still have the water to circulate. Because right now we're draining a lot of it into this area right here, and these oxyferns and all this stuff. Let's get it up while we can, because it might be a little while before we have the plastic up and going to set up steel, to then set up cooling. We're gonna like replace this system with a steam turbine system and get serious cooling in the base. And once we do that, then we... Also, is anyone really starving? 978. Nope, you're fine. Food is a plentiful. Yeah, this is fine. They'll just catch their breath here after working in these areas. I like it. We want to make sure this abyssite layer stays good. Ooh, wow, what is this? Cold oxalite. This is as cold of a thing we're ever going to see on this map, I think, besides, like, space. I mean, there can't be a cold biome here, though. It's just that this thing spawns, this oxalite spiral spawns at a low temperature. Faked me out for a second there. For like half a second than I remembered. Okay. Have we swept up enough dirt? Sweep up this dirt as well. Sweep it all up into these bins. Fill up these bins. Get some oxygen up in here. Let's also extend out our ceiling for this tunnel. Yeah, just right up across here. Priority 8 all this. We're leaving some oxygen on the table over here, but that's fine. I don't think there's anything else we want up here. I mean, maybe this coal at some point and these muck roots, but I think we're leaving. We're just going to seal all this in as well. Although maybe we... New dupes available. What do we got? I mean, Turner's a strong dude. Plus 10 strength. This is the strongest yokel I've ever seen. This is very thematic, right? This is like... This is a D&D character right here. This is what half of people play in D&D, I feel. Versus... I mean, Stinky is Stinky. Always a classic, but these are two really bad traits, and these are not great interests. Turner, welcome aboard, my boy. Did we truss up this Shine Bug? Yeah, I need to change this. Sun Bugs and Sun Nymphs can be dropped off here. That's not auto wrangle surplus. Let's just release this Sun Bug. That way it lays more eggs. No reason not to. It's free eggshell. It's also free kind of temperature control. Because this guy will, to some extent, keep us at 25 degrees Celsius. How bad is the slime lung over here? Oh, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. How did all this area become polluted oxygen? I guess we had some slime up in here that we just never dealt with in a timely fashion. This air pressure is actually really good, though. Yeah, something happened over here. I guess all the slime off-gassed? I don't know. It's actually fantastically good. Let's just stick a... let's just stick a deodorizer in here. Why not? What's the surrounding material? Sandstone? Yeah, sure. Sandstone deodorizers. Stick one here, stick one here. It's probably good enough. Priority 8. Priority 8. Clean up this air a little bit. Let's start getting a handle. Oh, and skill-wise, my boy Turner. We're putting you on improved carrying, though, I think. Yeah. And I already know what we're doing with you. Priorities. Yeah, boy. Alright, Turner, you are tidying, supplying, storing. You're another one of our hauling dudes. That's pretty good. That's impressive. Let's bump these priorities up. Get some actual deodorizing going on here. Plus 10 strength right off the bat, sure. I mean, if he gets his athletics up, he's just going to be flawless. Also, why are you not wrangled? What's going on here? Wrangle this guy. Did they run out of oxygen trying to wrangle him? How have we not wrangled any hatches into these areas? Oh, this is... That's part of the reason why. They're delivering them here. Yeah, sure. Wrangle one of these guys. Yeah, let's try this again, but do it correctly. So we wrangled the one that was up here, and I think we just dropped the one that was over... Oh, or actually we might have had an egg down here. How old is this guy? No, this is 61. So they dropped this guy. But, we will go ahead, wrangle him, and let's wrangle one more of these guys. Maybe a younger one? Nah, I don't really care about that. Let's wrangle any of them. Wrangle them up into here, and start getting this area as a ranching area set. And we'll just start expanding out the ranches more and more. So oxygen depots are not working at all at the moment until we get the sealing done. At which point I think they will work. Right, we'll start having the oxygen actually kind of settle in these areas where we want them to settle. A little bit more. The fact this is 3 high is kind of hurting us in that regard. Kind of a little hurting us. We also maybe want to consider setting up some more farms for the time being. Yeah, okay. Uproot this. And I want Arbor Acorn and Arbor Acorn. Plant these. So we have coolant not quite going through here yet. Priority is high on all these. Yeah, we'll uproot this. We'll get these Arbor Acorns, get them planted. We need more trees. We want to get a lot of lumber going in here. We want to keep this ethanol really high. That way it can supply power to this whole system. I don't know if granite pipes are... Yeah, we still need the lead. We still need the lead really badly. But it's over here, which is also kind of far away for our guys to grab. So we still just want to smooth out this area here. Base tile, granite, Wall in the rest of this. Work on the rest of this. Yeah, something like this. We could also, I guess, burn some of our algae over here if we want to get our oxygen up here a little bit faster. Because that's, well, we actually don't want these deodorizers if we're doing that. Because we could have a layer of oxygen and a layer of polluted oxygen at the same time. And then we don't need to fill up this whole layer right here. So we'll just kind of have a little layer of polluted oxygen and a layer of oxygen that they get to breathe if we go with some algae burning. I want to say priority 8 on this stuff as well. Getting oxygen to these areas. I mean, another option, I guess, is that we just take this pump and we redirect this line down to like over here. Pump out some of our oxygen that we're producing right here. It's probably more work than just setting up a little oxygen, like a little hamster wheel where we start burning some algae. I want to get the oxygen here, though. I mean, it gets us to the lead, it gets us to our plastic. We just need to get out to here, though. Like, this is all just sort of a stopgap measure. Just to try and get us out to that area. Do we make it out here? Can they catch their breath somewhere easier now that we've done this? Probably not. There's no other sources of oxygen besides this here. Just need to get to here. Yeah, make a little breathing area for them. Yeah, I think we make a little breathing area like right here then. Right? We just do like this, and then we could do like this or whatever. Let this area fill up with oxygen. Let's say this is priority 9. I want this all delivered here. Let's work on that and then deconstruct this. Priority 8 this as well. Yeah, dig out this area. We'll make a little chamber here. This is Banny. She is infected with slime lung. She is struggling to find somewhere to catch her breath. Catches her breath here. We're almost done with this area. We've used up all the oxygen. Ah, man. What are we doing over here? Well, this isn't good. I mean, this is vacuum, that's nice, but we can see the heat already conducting itself. What is going on here? This has to be a separate leak from the other one, too. Okay, maybe this map is a little hard. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that is not good. Oh man, it's just conducting straight across this copper. How hot is this? It's not that hot. I mean, it's hot, but it's not that hot. This whole sandstone, there's got to be something. There's got to be something over here. This is a sandstone biome. Sandstone biomes don't start off at, 131.5 degrees Celsius. Oh boy. Okay, maybe the map is a little bit harder. I spoke too soon. A while ago, I was just like, this map is way too easy. Why did my friend give me this map? This map is stupid easy. And now I see kind of part of the reason why. Apparently there's just a gigantic steam biome at the bottom of the map here. This is still far away from our base. I'm not panicking, but this is like... Oh, look. And this is 1,000 degrees right here. So this connects all the way through here. It's like a solid wall. There's this whole heat area right here. I think it goes all the way down to here. Then this is hot and heating up this. So like we have a little area right here that we need to do something about because heat is leaking in. And an area right here we need to do something about because heat is leaking in. But it's a wall of hot obsidian around it. An actual literal steam biome over here. Is this how we get our Thimblereed seed? Is this the only source of Thimble? Ooh, there's a cool steam vent. Cool steam, huh? Yeah. You've been hard at work, I can see. So we found a vent. That's nice. I mean, luckily this is vacuum. If this wasn't vacuum, this area would already be feeling the heat. Oh, well, that isn't good. Okay, we need to... What's this temperature like? We need to start working on this. I don't think we can wait on this. Because this is pretty conductive, right? This is thermal conductivity 4.5. That's not bad, right? That's pretty good as far as conductivity goes for just like natural tiles. Oh man, and this is already... We need to like dig out right here, set up insulation. Right, we can insulate, have an insulating wall going just straight across here. We don't want to dip into this vacuum at all. Although we have a light right here. It's not getting out to here. This is still cool, right? So we could actually just have... We could actually just dig down and say, like, insulating tile, insulating tile, insulating tile, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then probably just set up insulation across here, and this gas will help us insulate. So we can dig down, like, through here. Let's cancel these digs for a second. Dig our way down through here, right? Probably dig under this water. So we dig down a little bit more like this. And these areas are still workable, and we can set up insulating tile right here. So we would like dig out like so. I guess we have to dig out this anyways. Yeah, dig out like so and set up insulating tile. And then we can dig up. And I don't know. We'll set up the insulating tile right here, I think, and continue on. And then I don't know. I don't think this is leaking at all, right? This sand is all, well, come to think of it, maybe that's why some of this is hot. We'll get a better picture. It can't be leaking out that badly though. We might be able to. It might be the thing we patch up over here as well. But this looks like one big just lava thing. Super hot obsidian. Okay, well, I mean, that puts us behind on getting all the rest of our important stuff up. But the sooner we get a handle on this, the sooner we prevent heat death of the universe. Is there anything I'm missing? So, insulating layer is broken here. Oh, this is broken in a kind of big way, too. This whole thing is open. Okay, because this cool steam vent broke it, I think. Like when they planted this cool steam vent in the map, it broke the barrier. So we actually, at this point, we need to give up basically this entire slime and just go like up across here. That's fine. And then here, yeah, I think this works. Okay, we do an intervention over here. Is there anything on the other side of the map I need to worry about? This all looks fine, right? I don't see any cause for concern up here. All this is very reasonable. Yeah, I think it's down here that we need to worry about. Okay. Unpause. Let's work on setting up our little oxygen area. We still want to work towards plastic though. We want to work towards we still want to work on our main stuff. Okay. Suffocating. Is Banny trapped in a loop? No, she's running back. What are you doing? They catch their breath here. Sure. Yeah, and then we'll set up like tile, granite. We're gonna dip down right here, I think. Right? We'll have it dip down. That way they can get under here. And then we'll have oxygen in this area right here. I think is the plan. And this will be where they catch their breath. And if they start their journey from here, they should be able to reach here, and then they'll be able to push out through here. And then we'll have these little oxygen depots will slowly start filling this up with oxygen. So that way we won't have to be doing crazy stuff this entire time. Right, to keep these areas kind of breathable. Yeah. Alright, so priority 8. All of this. In fact, I don't even care about building this ladder at this point. Let's just deconstruct this. Or better yet, let's just say... Now that we can... I keep forgetting that we can just build over now. That they added this to the game. Let's just build over like this. Right, this makes sense to me. This little bubble of oxygen. Just like that. Priority 8 all this. That'll get us to our plastic. How are our ranches coming along? Alright, we got hatches in the ranches now. It's looking good. They're gonna get groomed. And now if we have... Because we can groom basically 6 hatches during the nighttime period using this station. Right? So I don't really want to overload that in a big way. Just because we won't really be growing our hatch population otherwise. This, we probably want to start working on expanding out. Like, I don't think we need to do the incubation until we really need more ranches, or need more hatches, I should say. We're fine leaving things as is. We just need to make more space. But this area is mostly ready to go. Let's just give an order. We'll make this priority 7 for now. And start working on that. We'll get more hatches that way. Also, this needs to be priority 8. This needs to be priority 8. Again, let's just start working on getting the slime lung a little bit more under control. Yeah. I think we're going to hold off on any sort of ceramic production and stuff like that. So this is now priority... Let's make this priority 9. I want to start getting my... Well... I don't care about it yet. I want to get my stuff up, I guess, first. Right, I want to get this ceiling up and ready. We can also go ahead and say priority 7 on this part, because this is the more important component of it all. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. Good suggestion. We'll clean up the air a little bit. Doesn't have to be that clean, just a little bit more. Do you see anything else up here of use? Not really. I definitely want to give an order to dig out here and get some oxygen. I mean, I don't know. The oxygen doesn't really matter, does it? We might as well, I guess. We'll say priority 7 on this. Yeah, this all looks normal. I think we're fine. I'm paranoid now, though. I'm really paranoid. There's literal heat death just creeping towards us. Oh, and we need to plant another arbor acorn right here. Yeah, get that planted. And then we want to extend things out a little bit, I think. I also want to get this cooling system going. We need to wait until we have this oxygen set up, though, before we can do all that. Right, because to reach the lead, they also kind of need to have the oxygen. Alright, they're catching their breath at the oxygen depots. That's fine. They're definitely getting slime lung from that, but c'est la vie. Also, just to check on it one more time. Oh yeah. That's a lot of slime lung germs. I'm still not entirely sure what causes this, but yeah. The old 1.5 billion slime lung germs in your pure alcohol makes perfect sense, Clay. Thank you very much. I wonder how quickly I want to start working towards Atmo suits, right? Atmo suits could be pretty nice. Because Atmo suits solve a lot of our power issues. Like we have heat sources everywhere, like high quality heat sources, not just 75-degree stuff that doesn't help us really from that perspective. But that power is going to be useful for keeping everything online, right? Sweep. Let's give some sweep orders here for polluted dirt. Get all this swept up and put into that bin so we can start getting some oxygen to that area. Sweep, 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 sweep. Yeah, we have like little 1-ton packets somewhere here. I guess not all these are 1 ton. Some of them are only like 200 kilograms, but that's still a lot. Get all that sorted out, move that over there. So we have about 5 tons of algae to burn through. That's not a whole lot when you have 25 duplicates. At the end of the day, right? Each duplicate is going to consume 60 kilograms per day. So we're going through... We have like 3 days worth of oxygen, more or less, in that algae. Are we... Yeah. Fill this up, please. Get that filled up. I'm a little bit worried about these starvation pings. Because also one of the weird things is that if they're on their way to eat, they won't give the starvation message. But if you're getting these pinging starvation messages, it might mean that someone's stuck in a loop somewhere. Have we planted? We have an arbor tree planted. Okay, cool. Let's... I don't know. We really wanted a more advanced cooling system soon. These trees are not going to grow otherwise. They're 40 degrees Celsius. We're not going to have the water at this point. I think what we're ready to do right here is we are going to... I think we're going to deconstruct this bridge just to capture the water that I have already in here. And we are going to rebuild plumbing, liquid bridge. Igneous rock is fine. We're going to rebuild this liquid bridge right here. Turn this back into a closed loop again, right? And just use the excess water to water these trees. We'll need to eventually switch back, but for now, I think we just do this. Because I want to keep a little bit of water in here to cool the system. Just to keep these trees growing. Eventually, we'll have our steel, we'll have a cooling solution, we'll be able to keep all this stuff nice and chilly. We'll basically just cool down this polluted water, right? We'll get these down to 40 degrees, and then we'll take this polluted water and cool it down even further, is the plan. And then we can pump that to the trees, or just use that as coolant in these areas. Either one works, but for now, let's go ahead and do this. And, of course, I want to set the priority on these tasks to be really high. That way, because it's just a small thing that needs to be done. Yeah, get rid of this. Get rid of all this. This can go down to like priority 3 because there's nothing really connected to this. Actually, let's just put it the same priority as these algae. Alright, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. And then we're just dropping random things down this pit because that's what all the cool kids do. So what is happening over here? So this is fine. This area right here is fine. This area right here is not. So we'll need to... Yeah, we want to extend out right across here. Yeah, and this is... Is there a breach, or is it just that they have some obsidian that's on the wrong side of this? Because this actually might be not that big of an issue. Right, it just looks like some of the 1400 degree obsidian ended up on the wrong side of this abyssalite, and that's what's causing this problem. I mean, it's still in contact with ultra hot abyssalite, so it's going to be... there's going to be a slow... But like, there's a limited amount of heat, ultimately, in this little sandstone biome. I mean, it's enough to turn this to steam, so I guess it doesn't really matter to us one way or another how big of a problem it is. It's still a problem. Okay, so this isn't like a runaway destroy your base issue over here. This is a runaway destroy your base issue. This is not, right? I think. I mean, maybe there's something over here. 99. No, I think this is the issue. I think this is the source of the heat. It was just this obsidian on the wrong side. Plus whatever extra heat is going through this abyssalite. Okay, that's less problematic. This area looks like it's all sealed off, right? It's in fact 67 degrees. So this is all sealed off pretty well, I think. Okay, okay. That's manageable. That's manageable. Set this to priority 9. Get the polluted dirt swept up into here. Let's go ahead and set this to 1,000 kilograms. Like so. We'll leave this one. We'll put this one down to 1,000 as well. So we'll drop some of our polluted dirt, and then we'll free it up to over here. And let's up this one. Is this all full at this point? Okay, so we need to actually drain some polluted water from this system at some point to make this work, because this is going to start backing up. Which is not really what we want. I mean, what is the point at which these become waterlogged? There's only 60 kilograms now, but we are kind of dumping even more in with these algae distillers. In fact, what do I want to do with that? Right now we just have it going to trees. I guess we just extend out the trees is the logical thing. But right now we need the cooling system up to do that, really. What's the oxygen like over here? We have a little bit. Okay. So they're grabbing this lead now. I think this is the signal. Priority 8, this. Get this oxygen bubble out of here, right? So it can start doing everything that we need it to do. Priority 8 on all this, priority 8 on that. Yeah, and then we'll dig out to here, we'll start setting up our system. Start getting our plastic. Plastic will give us the steam turbines. With a steam turbine, we can set up a steel refining operation that'll be really power efficient. Okay, I don't know what you guys are doing, but if you're gonna do this, mop up this before you do it. I don't want you walking through this and getting soggy feet debuffs for no reason. There's like no oxygen to work with over here. Basically none. I mean, once we punch into here, we're good, right? This is vacuum. We want to keep it that way. We could also give them an order to dig up, but they basically burned through the oxygen that we had them free up here. I guess there's this oxide is not emitting anything. Can they dig out here? Unreachable dig, because the ladder doesn't extend the way down. Let's scaffold our way down a little bit further. Just like so. Say priority 8. Get a little bit more oxalite. Get this oxygen releasing from this oxalite right here. And that will make it so that, I guess, no, we don't have enough. Get some more oxygen just coming out of here. Then it'll pop up through here. They'll be able to catch their breath here and work in these areas without too much of an issue. Once we pop into here, this oxygen will help us. And we'll be able to do the rest of the work. In fact, let's say priority 9 on this. See if they can't get that done. They can recover their breath here now, right? Sweep up this. Alright, we're starting to get there. This, I think we'll bump back up to priority 8. This we can leave alone for now. But I want to capture all this. I want all this oxygen to kind of accumulate at the top here. I don't want any of it leaking out over here. Alright, we already see, I think, a little bit kind of leaking out. Don't want that happening. We have a good number of arbor acorns at this point. I want to finish up this cooling system. And research-wise, we just finished up our automation. So, I think basically just all the automation is going to be is automation wire. Let's first do the obvious. This just is hooked up like this. And then we're going to have a clock sensor made out of lead. We can just stick this right here. Actually, let's just stick it right here. And then automation wire. This is just going to connect directly up through these. Right? Easy peasy. We could have this run through the floor for decor reasons. Maybe. I don't know. Lead is harder to get our hands on than just normal aluminum ore. I think we're going to leave it like this. Let's try that. Suffocating. Where are you, Ruby? You're down in the hole. Yeah. And they're catching their breath right here, which is not good. We want to get a little bit more oxygen down here. They weren't able to do enough work with the oxygen pocket that we uncovered. We're also ready to just turn these back on. Well, let's turn some of them back on. We'll just kind of slow our roll a little bit. We'll do this. We'll do this. Turn a couple of these back on. Start getting some of the CO2 out of here. Right? I mean, air pressure is fine, but let's not let it build up too much. Let's kind of just let it coast to an appropriate spot. What I want to do with oxygen, because I really want to build this. I want to get this insulation up before there's major issues. Like, before this area becomes unbuildable, because then we just lose access to too large of an area for no reason. I don't know, we could just drop this water down. Because it's not leaking, right? Yeah, we've seen the entire abyssite layer. It's not really leaking. I still want to set up the... Where are you guys suffocating? Banny is catching her breath. Where now? She's trying to grab that pocket of air. Can we just run you all the way up? Also, why aren't you just running over to here? Okay, you're running to over here. Sure, got 26% breath. The slime lung is still just being an issue for these guys trying to work in these areas. Oh man. We need more oxygen in these areas. I think that's what it comes down to. I don't know if I want to set up a little polluted dirt thing down here as well. We could. What to do? Yeah, suits take a lot of work though, because we need the thimbleweed fiber. We need to go shear some Drecos, right? We need to have ventilation pipes, or basically gas pipes, running all the way down to where we're setting up our suits. Unless we're, like, we also kind of, unless we're setting up the suits, like, up here or close to our base, in which case the dupes are just going to be really slow running in the suits, which is kind of an issue. Right? Like, it's a big penalty to athletics until they get exosuit training. Which means we can only have, I mean, even if everything works well, we're only going to have so many dupes to be able to do exosuit training just because they don't have enough skill points. So I don't know. I think the exosuits are something we want for when we get to high temperature stuff, where they're at risk of scalding themselves, where we need to like set up things for steam turbines in like lava areas. But I don't think they're that helpful here, because if we set up a, I mean, I don't know. We need to build a long duct, otherwise. If they hop into the exosuit like up here and then walk all this way, because of the athletics debuff, they're going to be in bad shape anyways. If we had more skill points and could spend them on, I don't know. We just limit the number of dupes that can work in these areas really badly. Like, we limit it to the older dupes if we do it that way. And a lot of the older dupes have sort of defined tasks at this point. We want to dig in through here. I mean, what do we do? We could just dig out right here, let this water fall through, have somewhere for it to fall, and then all this oxygen gets freed up, right? We're pretty close to oxygen. There's just water on underneath it. We would need to like dig out some area for the water though. Also have a little hatch over here. I think because we just have so much algae down here, it actually just makes sense to set up a little hamster wheel. Let's do that. We'll just set up a hamster wheel right over here. The fact that there's only one tile here means we're going to be okay, I think, on oxygen. And we just get like a little oxygen point. If they're recharging their breath over here as opposed to all the way up here, I think that's enough to get the rest of this done and get to this oxygen. I think that's the approach we take. Manual generator, aluminum ore, actually copper is probably easier, right? Yeah. Power, manual generator, copper, and then little battery, and then let's go ahead and say oxygen diffuser, slap down a couple of these, and then power, just wire this up with copper right across here. And we'll say priority 9 on this. Get this going. The oxygen won't diffuse all the way up here really quickly. And even if it does, it's not the end of the world. It's just going into our base, right? Let's have them do this first. I think that works. We're setting up this radiant liquid pipe as well, which should be helpful. We don't really have great oxygenation over here, but we're getting there slowly. This is priority 9 as well. Yeah, and then we'll just have our little oxygen station right here and be good to go, I think. Okay, so pretty good progress this stream. Mainly in exploration. We got our first ranch up and going. We're going to set up the next one. We kind of needed to do a lot of work for setting up oxygen before we could get to these plastic areas, but we're setting up little oxygen stations for our deeper dives around the map. We're setting up this one right here, which is going to provide oxygen to get to this little oxygen pocket here, which should then be enough for us to do the insulating work that we need to do to seal this off from the hot area here. We're going to need to do a lot more. Again, we're going to need to set up like a large wall just going straight up here and closing off like basically this entire slime. The slime mold actually kind of lines up with what we need to cut off. It's already getting to like 72 degrees. We see this one. This is turning into dirt, right? This whole thing is just going to turn into dirt and die off over time. And we'll basically, we can still, this area right here, right? I'm not sure if this is actually breaking. It hasn't broken yet, so maybe it's, I mean, I don't know. Why is it not? It has to be in the process of breaking, right? Because otherwise, why would it take damage? But we can set up like a steam turbine right here. We still have an access area after we set up the wall, I think. And we'll be able to use this heat to do stuff, which will be nice. Where is Ruby? Are you actually suffocating? I think you're good. Breath 16%. Alright, she gets there. Yeah, I want this set up. Starvation as well. Someone actually starving? No, you're fine. Yeah, once we break into these pockets, then these areas will just be kind of like conveniences. These pockets will provide a lot of the oxygen to do a lot of the work, I think. We're getting close. This is just really inefficient with labor, unfortunately. But it's kind of necessary. I don't know. If I just pulled the trigger on building oxygen systems more often, then we wouldn't run into this as often. But we'd also have a lot more little oxygen stations everywhere, which might be a little bit inefficient. It's kind of hard for me to judge when they need it and when they don't. Let's also go ahead and say, oh, I want to dig out all this stuff first before we do anything else. Priority, this is all priority 7, that's fine. I'm not in a rush to set up the next ranches. But we want to start setting them up. I'd rather do this first. Okay. And then priority 8, all of this. Battery recharge threshold, let's say 40%. I think that's fine. And then we'll have them deliver some algae into here. Did she not deliver the algae? She stopped midway delivering the algae. Sure. Yeah, this is bad. Them catching their oxygen right here is really dumb. They're finding the only way in the world to submerge themselves in water. Alright. Get a little bit of battery charge. Load up some algae into here, please. No, you almost made it. Once we have this going, they'll be able to catch their breath here, and then it'll be kind of a virtuous cycle. Until then, we're still kind of in bad shape. This is starting to fill up with polluted oxygen, which is good. This will start working out for us as a little oxygen station. Guys, deliver just algae. It's just right over here. You just pick it up, toss it in here. We're good to go. Where are you going? Okay, let's set this to 9 then. I want algae delivered here. We'll set it back to 8 after they get a little bit more in there, but for now. Yeah, see how inefficient this is? It's hurting us kind of bad. Alright. So now we have oxygen in this area. We load this up. Perfect. Hop on this wheel. Good to go. We'll dig out the rest of this. Alright. Not bad. Are we making progress here? We've built this here. Ready to do this. Oh, we can't until we do this. Yeah, that's fine. Priority 8 this then. They need something to stand on to be able to get over to here. Are you actually starving? Check this again. Also, how are you still 4,000 kilocalories? Oh, huh? Did she binge eat at some point? Maybe she binge ate at some point and is still burning off the calories? Really? I didn't notice that. I didn't notice someone tantruming. Like, I thought this has always been... I never saw tantruming. Apparently she binge ate, and that's why she's got a bunch of calories. But then her stress must have gone... Like, what happened to her stress? How did her stress go down so much? I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, we've only got a couple cycles worth of algae, as it stands. We'll need to dig out more. I mean, I guess we also just have a lot of oxygen flowing up to these areas. Like, the oxygen level in our base is also pretty good. Alright, I think I'm going to cut the stream here, guys. Pretty good progress. Set up our hatch ranches, all nice. Working towards our plastic. Solving, apparently, these existential threats near the bottom of our map. Made a mess. Do we not have... This is... Oh. This is not powered. That's the reason. This needs to be priority 9. Alright. I'm cutting things here, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Had a good time, and I'll see you guys next time. That's the 5th time I've said it.